All right, getting in breaking inputs. This is with regards to the jet crash of the Deputy Chief Minister Maharashtra. What we are being told as top officials are telling CNN News 18 that the pilot conveyed to the ATC that they cannot see the runway. Prima facie, it appears to be a misjudgment. It is not known if the landing was done despite poor visibility on someone's directions from within the aircraft. A go-around was conducted. Further details in the investigation are awaited, but the pilot did convey to the ATC that they cannot see the runway. Remember, it was on a second attempt that crash finally happened, but top officials, in fact, are telling CNN News 18 that the pilot did convey their inability to be able to access the runway, this due to poor visibility. And remember, the preliminary investigation has already highlighted that there was a go-ahead finally given, which is when the pilot attempted to land a second time around, and that's when it crashed on the tabletop that's the kind of topography as far as the runway in Baramati is concerned. This was right at the boundary wall of the landing, and prima facie does appear to be a misjudgment. It is not known if the landing was done despite poor visibility on someone's directions. Now, who was that someone? Was it somebody from the ATC or anyone from within the aircraft? Let's quickly go across to Amit, who's joining us live on the broadcast. Amit, the information that's been accessed by you, what are the key questions that it raises at the moment?
See, Akanksha, it is clear that the pilot had poor visibility and he could not spot the runway, and therefore manual landing was conducted. And in that also, see, with Learjet, let me first say that there have been previously problems as far as the landing gear is concerned. But in this case, mechanical and technical aspects will be looked into once the detailed investigation is done. It has been initiated, the investigation, but from the initial report that are coming in, it is being said by top officials that the pilot had clearly conveyed to the ATC that the runway is not visible. And however, some media reports suggest that it was the pilot landed in pressure. The top officials have maintained silence on that, and they said it is not yet known whether it was directed to him from someone within the aircraft, or was it there was some direction from the ATC. However, in generally, when there's low visibility and some pilots call to take whether he can land or not, and he had already done one go around because the flight had gone around, and then it was the second landing after attempt that was being made. So clearly, the statement is corroborated with that act itself of the pilot, that there was poor visibility and that the flight could not land, the aircraft could not land, and therefore also the runway being a tabletop runway, that adds to it, because it's a tabletop airport, and the topography of the area is such that if you do not make the right touchdown, then it can certainly affect the aircraft. So in that case, all the points that the wreckage is.
All right.
As to what's the exact point where the to make this touchdown, and